Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing a flip through, and this is a flip through of, excuse me, this journal that I had created last year in 2024, and it holds documentation from October to December. We had just moved in the summer last year, and I did want to start, once I got my room up and running, I did want to start trying to ease my way back into doing a creative daily journal. I had all last year, 2024. I did no creative journaling. Well, I did something in a calendar, but that's beside the point. I did not do any monthly books like I normally do. And so, yeah, I decided to go ahead and create one to keep tabs of what was going on the last 3 months of the year. At first, well, this book here is made out of a 9 by 12 mailing envelope. I have really enjoyed the size of these books. In 2023, that is what I used for most of the year. And yeah, I love the size of it. It's the perfect size. It's really easy also to do the inside pages. You know, there's not a whole lot of cutting down and fitting in and all that stuff when you have a hand-me book. And then I just did some jelly plating on the the front and back covers. And I have to be honest, at first, I did not like the way that it came out. Yeah, no, I didn't. And so, excuse me. And so it grew on me. It grew on me. And now I really enjoy the way it came out. So I had some jelly plate, just some jelly plating on the top. I had some just random mark making with pencil and different paints. I added washi tape. These are Bible verses. Added some collage bits also, and added some gold paint, which I love. Uh, Tied it with some dyed seam binding. Oh, sewed all the way around and sewed a few bits in between. And then on the side here, I have a dangle. And what I do here is when I'm binding the book, I bind it with embroidery floss usually, and I use a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. But then at the top, before I bind the pages in, I make a little loop here. I put on a small lobster claw, add a jump ring, and then put on either fibers, ribbons, or like this chain here that I can then add multiple things on. So what I like about this is that it holds little bits, little memories of the month, or in this case of the 3 months. And yeah, when it's on my shelf, I just love looking up and seeing, kind of a very small snippet of what happened during that time in my life. um, and yeah, so this little bracelet is something that my daughter had got at work. She went to like I don't know, an assembly, a meeting. I'm not really sure. But anyway, they were giving these out. So she gave it to me. This is my dog's old tag from our, can you see this? Okay. From our old, let me put it this way, from our old house. And so when we moved to our new house, we had to get him a new tag. So I just put the old one on here. This little heart here I got from a Happy Meal, and I loved it. I love the colors, and it's like poofy. It's so cute. I love it. This here symbolizes I had a brain MRI during this time. This is a Chicken Place PDQ that I went to at some point. This is actually cut from the soda cup. So you can get little bits everywhere. And then this says, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, the charm at the very bottom. So, and it kind of weights it down. So there's that. And when I am journaling, I just scooch it to the top, and I don't have bulk here that I need to, um, write over and stuff like that. So let's just go in here and see. Um, this is dyed seam binding. I have eyelets here, and poked holes and eyelets. This is generally the way that I have the closures on all of my journals. It's just super easy. And again, this book will, once it's completed and made, it is made into a 6x9 book, and it holds one signature. And it does, well, this isn't completely filled either, but I don't know. It just, I really, really love the the size of the book, the thickness of the book when they're done. I just, yeah, I just love it. I love it so much. So let's get you centered here and let's get going. Excuse me. And I'm going to try through every page to tell you where I got stuff. Okay. So this is just a quote. I have a book of quotes. So there's that. In the background here, I don't know if you can see it, but I have very light green stenciling in the background. This is a Tim Holtz word card. This is a piece of collage from a fashion, like a clothing magazine, a clothing catalog, actually. These I got in Happy Mail. They're so beautiful. And this here, I do believe, is from your creative studio, the labels. So I labeled it October through December 2024. Now, at the beginning, when I started this, I was kind of just flipping back and forth. I was just writing about whatever, nothing in particular. And then later on, you'll see a few pages that, that I did do more specifically to the style that I enjoy doing. And I did decide to start kind of moving in chronological order. So this just has to do with my husband bringing me home flowers. This is a clip art piece that I then watercolored myself. This is the color of the alstromerias. This is my favorite flower. He got them for me on this date. So I did some of the pages I did date, some I did not. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Let me just get a drink. I'm so sorry. Okay, this here, I started back to walking in October. I've been on and off again because I've been having some treatments and stuff for my health. And yeah, so I'm on again, off again with walking. But I started walking again, and I was getting up at like 5 or 5:30. Started off with 2 laps, and then um, yeah, I love walking. I really do love walking. It just is so helpful for me. I love getting up when the whole neighborhood's asleep. I like walking in the dark. Although our neighborhood is very lit with street lights, but or like whatever they're called, lampstands, something like that. Um, at any rate, I sleep so much better. I really enjoy walking. At this time, I was trying to work my way up to like 5 miles, four-ish miles, but at this point I was doing like 2 miles. So on this day, I just didn't have a lot. I wanted to document this actually. And so I get these things off of Facebook or Instagram. And if they happen to resonate with me at the time, I go ahead and screenshot them and then print them out and put them in my book. So this was part of like looking toward 2025. So it says there will be a lot of posts soon from people sharing how much they achieved in 2024. But in case someone needs to hear this, it's okay if the only thing you did this year was just get through it. And that is basically the story of my life right now in this season. So, yeah, this is just a faith-based sticker from my stash. This cute sticker, I do believe, is from Recreations by Brooke. Um, oh, you know what? I need to write some of this stuff down as I go so I don't forget to put links at the bottom. So, was there anything here? No. Okay. This was the actual page in the book, and this is a Bible verse. So, okay, over here. Oh, that needs to be glued down. Okay. What does this say? 40 degrees. Oh my goodness. Okay, in October. So it was starting to get cooler out. Here's another one of those cute stickers. I believe they were from her Valentine pack a couple years ago. This, we had gone out to Home Goods. We were in search of frames, a bunch of frames, because we wanted to do a gallery wall in our living room. We were still in the midst of like putting stuff away, decorating the house, all that kind of stuff. So I love this picture here. And then here is the gallery wall that my husband did in our living room. So I loved it. He got that all situated for us, and it came out so super cute. This was toward the end of November. Here is a doily. Okay, and then I just put this prayer card on this side. I remember this one here. We went to Hobby Lobby because they had, well, we were looking for frames at Hobby Lobby actually, and I knew that they had their paints, their acrylic paints on sale. So I just got some basic colors, the pink, the yellow, and the blue, because I knew that I could, I could combine them to make a secondary color. And then black and white. And I found out pretty darn quickly that I'm not a huge fan of them because it's not matte. They're more like semi-gloss. And here in Florida with the weather the way it is, they remain sticky, right? And then I was making a journal cover at the time, and I was using tissue paper, little shaped tissue paper pieces. So there's that. And no writing on it or anything. This unfinished kind of page, we were going through a phase in our lives where fried mushrooms were just the thing to get, right? We were just hungry for fried mushrooms, and we found a place that's like right down the street from our house that has a pizza place, so we did that. This is a sample of a quilt square that I did as I was trying to do like a new-ish pattern to me, and trying to match up the seams and all that, which I have such a hard time doing. So it ends up being, much more frustrating than enjoyable for me. Anyway, there's that. This right here is Kiki K paper. I love this. I love this paper, the notepad paper. Um, it's super cute, and it has a lot of them have lines on them, which makes it easier for me to write my little blurbs on, and they're just the perfect size as well. These come from a girlfriend, Karen, in Australia. And then this right here, oh my goodness, yeah, I remember this. A bunny Warren. And let's just scooch you over this way. Okay. Yes, we found out that we had a bunny Warren. So these letters here I cut out of some paper that I had, some painty paper that I had received in Happy Mail. And I, on that video, I showed you the process. But what I do is I take the paper, I turn it over on the back side, and I write the letters in pencil backwards, right? So that when I cut them out and you flip them over, they're the right way. Okay. So I love doing letters like that. This is clip art that I got. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. And some washi tape up the side, and just the story about how my little pup found a bunny warren, and we were hoping to watch them grow and leave the nest, and they didn't stay very long. So we don't know whatever happened to them. I hope they're safe. And then again, we were trying to, you know what? Well, on top of trying to still continue to put stuff away and make our house our home, um, Thanksgiving was coming up. So this is about Thanksgiving. This is just a piece of collage from my scrap box. Um, a quote here, some stickers. My daughter, we had all the kids over for Thanksgiving this year over to our house, and oh, let me see. At this time, my son and his wife, I do believe, were they living here? Or did they have their own house yet? I can't remember now. Anyway, maybe they did have their own house, but no, they didn't. No, because they closed in December. Okay, never mind. Um, at any rate, my son and his wife were living here with us until they found their home. And then my daughter and her boyfriend were renting a place, pretty close by. So we all met here for Thanksgiving, and my daughter's boyfriend's mom and dad came. So that was super nice. We were able to meet them for the first time. Well, that's a long story because my husband and his dad know each other from work. So At any rate, this is a picture of the beautiful tablecloth that my husband found. We got it at Walmart and I love it. It's so pretty. So pretty. It washes up really nice and yeah, I love it. Okay, this has to do with iguanas falling from trees. And yes, it does really happen. When this is December, January, and February is when it happens. When it gets cold here, if it gets below 40 degrees, um, and they are in a tree, they'll actually collapse and like go to sleep, if you will, and they'll fall from a tree. So, yeah, you got to be careful in the wintertime around here walking under palm trees. This is just a picture that I have found online that is just really inspirational to me. I love it. I'd love to try to do something like this one day. This I found online too. It was so cute. Artist Christmas trees, and it's from all of the the well-known artists through the ages. So I just loved it so much. This is a birthday card from my sweet son and his wife, and this is from my daughter. This happened to just be in my stash. I don't know if it's the original. Yeah, it is the original. I had watercolored a feather and wrote this thing on the side, and yeah, it's been in my stash forever, and I'm like, you know what, you're going in a book. You're going in a book. These The same with these things. So I now they're just in a book. Now this page here was super fun for me to do, and this is what I consider to be my current style. It's been my style for many years. I like colorful hot mess. I love to save packaging from different things. Cards, again, packaging. This is my handwriting here outlined. This is clip art. Um, yeah, my own handwriting. And I also did a little bit of drawing down here. So this was that ridiculous fight night. Okay. Yeah. The kids came over. I loved that all the kids were here. My husband went to bed early because he wasn't going to stay up. Netflix, like the fight itself broke Netflix. Um, it was oh my gosh, it was so ridiculous. Okay, just so ridiculous. But it was super fun anyway to be with the kids. And my son had brought over a bunch of different like Asian foods. And so we had the bao buns, those are really good. And we had some dumplings. So here's the packaging from that stuff. On the menu, just different things that we had. It was like a snacky night. This was a kind of a crepe cake, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, and then again, it was ridiculous. Okay, then we go into Christmas, and during this time as well, um, Lydia from February and June put out her um, prompts. Just making sure you're still on green. Okay, so this tag here is made from notepads that I simply sandwich together, glue them together. Here's her prompt. What is one of your favorite Christmas traditions? And one of mine is Christmas Eve. The kids come over and we have a snacky dinner, like what I call like baby shower food, like spinach dip, deviled eggs, pigs in blanket, stuff like that. So we eat that while we watch a Christmas movie. And then after that's done, we all gather into the car and we go Christmas lighting, which is driving around looking at Christmas lights. So we did that and it was really nice. We watched Red One this year and I didn't care for it personally. I think we're probably going to go back to our safe bet with the Santa Claus, because I love that movie. So yeah, so it was beautiful. And then this pocket, this is wrapping paper. This is scrapbook paper. Some eyelash trim. I made it into a pocket, a little cluster down here. A lot of fun doing that page. This was a card from. Oh, look at that. So I think this was a card my son got from work. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to use it. And so I said, well, give it here, baby. So he did. And then here's the next one for Tuesday of the prompts. Document one of your oldest Christmas decorations. Um, so two of our oldest ornaments are, one of them is, it's made out of pewter, and it says on it, "He was born for this," and it has three pieces of wood where that saying is engraved on it, and then hanging from it is a spike, and it's about Jesus's sacrifice for us. And I gave that actually to my son last year or the year before, um, because that was the special ornament that he liked. And I guess a couple years ago, it must, well, maybe it was when we were packing up to move the first time, and we were getting, we got rid of all of our Christmas decorations except the very special ones. So I have one little box of very special ornaments, and I told the kids, pick, pick which one you want, to kind of like pass it down. And so that's the one that he liked. And then yeah, that's one of the oldest ones. My in-laws gave us that years and years and years ago. And then the other one is a Swarovski crystal angel that my mom had purchased over in Europe, and brought it back and gave it to me. And that has been one of my daughter's favorite ornaments for a very long time. So she has that one. It was from Austria. Yeah, when she went to Austria. So yeah, so those are our oldest Christmas decorations. And now I have passed them on down to my children, to our children. Okay, the next one here, this I got from an Ideals magazine, I believe, and I cut it out. I glued it straight across, but then on this here, I glued it on here and here so that I could make it a pocket. The background here is actually a printable from Recreations by Brooke. And then here is Lydia's prompt. What's one of your favorite early Christmas memories? So one of my favorite early Christmas memories is going to my grandmother's for Christmas Eve. The whole family would be there. There would be snacky food. One of my favorite things, believe it or not, as a child was her liver pate. I loved it. um, and yeah, it was so delicious. We'd exchange gifts with the family and all, and then on the way home, my dad would play Christmas music on the radio, and we had about an hour drive, I guess, and so we would look out, for Christmas lights and listen to the music. And then we would get home, we'd change into our brand new flannel nightgowns that my grandma had purchased for us, and yeah, we'd climb into bed. I'd crack the window open, hoping that in Florida it was at least cooler than usual. Yeah. So yeah, I would just lay in bed and listen to see if I could hear Santa's sleigh bells. That's a very favorite memory of mine. And then this one was, what's your favorite Christmas treat? And one of our favorite Christmas treats is almond roca. I got it from, like, one year our homeschooling group had compiled a recipe book, and one of the ladies had this in it, and it's so super easy. It's just made from saltine crackers. Then you make kind of like a caramel sauce from butter and brown sugar. You pour that on top, then you let it bubble in the oven. You take it out, you sprinkle mini chocolate chips over top, let them melt a little bit, and then spread the chocolate, and then put it all in the refrigerator to like harden. And it comes out kind of like a bark, if you will. And it's so good. And my son can eat his weight in it. Okay. And then this, what gift are you most excited to give for Christmas? I don't know. This is a playing card I actually got from, I think it's a playing card. Yeah, I think that I got from the Dollar Tree. This is actually a flattened muffin paper thing, and this is a green doily. This is wrapping paper, but I do believe I got it from a magazine. And then here it is, what I'm most excited about. I'm not. Yeah. I just write about my personal feelings, like, it's just, for me, it's so hard to find gifts for people, especially my immediate family. Well, that's the only people that we give gifts to, but in my immediate family, because we live in such a society where it's instant gratification. If you want it, you go get it. And so by the time Christmas comes around, like, what do you get the person? Because they've already gotten everything that they wanted. Yeah, I don't know. Those are just my personal feelings on it. So So there's that. Um, and this is just a little meme thing that I found online. This was one again back in November where I was doing just random pages and I ended up not liking that at all. Again, another a page about my husband bringing me home flowers. This, nothing is on it. This is one of the first pages I did, I think. This is one of my own drawings. I do believe they are in the description box under the free printables. So I just enlarged this one. It comes out smaller if you download, the printable sheet. And so this was like my first play with the jelly print. This is one of the jelly prints behind, or the jelly plate. A couple of Christmases ago, I had received two jelly plates, one from each daughter, and I hadn't had the chance to use them. So, and then when I did have the chance to use them, when I moved to this house to set up my craft room, I had all my paint was bad because it had been boxed up for a year. So, at any rate, I still need to practice with the jelly plate. Yeah. So there's that. And that's when actually I did the journal cover here. Okay. This is another one that this is more my style, the colorful hot mess, and just a bunch of different things between stickers to not clip art, memes from social media, I should say. More stickers. All these days and dates that you see here are from Loveland's life. This is a magazine clipping, another one here, the meme thing or whatever. Here is a sticker with a quote on it. And what I used to do, I still have the files saved, but I used to have clear address labels, and I would just type out various quotes on the address labels, all different, and then print them out. So I would it's kind of like making your own sticker. Now, this one clearly is about my noggin. And this is when I went to the doctor in December, and found out that I had a sixth lesion on my brain. So, yeah. Um, then just some more stickers, some washi tape. Uh, this is his business card. I will give you rest. Nothing is too hard for you. I just wrote about, I got these cards and stuff from Happy Mail as well. Just put a little fiber on here, a little, what is this called? A ruffle. Um, yeah. So, and there's that, right? So, Merry Christmas to me, right? Gosh, story of my life. Anyway, so there's that. But this is typically how I like to journal on the regular. And like this too, I got a happy mail from Sweet Allison at AJ's Inspired Life. I made a little pocket here. This is her little sweet note. All of this was in her happy mail. She knows how much I love sugar skulls. So that was cute. I made it into like a little tuck spot. This came off of the envelope, as did this here. And then this just talks about the happy mail itself. So thank you. I appreciate it. And then this again goes back into Christmas. So here are some of the things, like my daughter-in-law got a screaming pickle. I don't even know. These are all the kids. This is wrapping paper. I think I backed a lot of these pages with wrapping paper that we actually used. Um, my a super plush throw my husband got, and I love that throw. She We got a lot of like scratch offs, so that was super fun. And then, yeah, I loved having them here. They came over early in the morning. No more driving 3 hours. Oh my goodness. Because if you didn't know, my kids used to live 3 hours from us south. And yeah, so for the first 2 years that we lived up here, that my husband and I lived up here, we would travel down there. And so it was so nice. All the kids are up here now. We could not be more happy. And yeah, so we get to spend a lot of time together. And this is our living room with all the presents. Oh, my heavens to Betsy, there were a lot. My husband got some Hey Dude shoes. This is an ornament that my son and his wife get traditionally every year. Yeah. So, and I do believe at this point in time, yes, we did know that my daughter-in-law was expecting. And so we were all like, why didn't you put a little baby on there? Anyway. And then, yeah, this just talks about the different presents and stuff like that. And this is a notepad. I love using notepads because it's so easy to do a tuck spot or, this little tuck spot or a pocket or something to put it in. I love these little pom-poms. They are so fun to use. I did not write anything on here. This was a cologne that my son got, but and I think I was going to write about different presents and stuff, but I didn't. In the background here is again wrapping paper that was used. So cute. And this is a card from my in-laws that I stuck in here. And then here we did that saran wrap ball game. So much fun. Oh my heavens. Oh my gosh. We're definitely doing this next year. In here, this was one of my favorite collage pieces, and sad but not sad. Sad because I really didn't do any much with it, but not sad because now it's just in a book. It's in a book. So it's all okay. And then this is a picture of the elevated garden beds. My husband bought me 2 of them, and we are currently awaiting the planting of them. So we can't wait for that. I've always wanted to try to grow something. This is a Christmas cactus. We were in Publix one day, which is our local supermarket, and they had these on sale for like $4, I think. And I thought they were looking rather sad, but I I went ahead and got one. I've always wanted one. I hope it grows. I hope it blooms. But yeah, so I went ahead and got that. Here's a doily. And then this is the day, it must have been, I did not date it, but where I had made my journal. So this was just a play one that I made, or I was using paint. So this one here was my 2025 January one, where I just take blobs of paint on the white envelope and brayer them out. And it just makes a really nice pattern. And I really enjoyed how this one came out. This one, I scraped paint on an envelope using a credit card. And I love the way it came out, but it screams to me more like summer-ish, spring or summer. And then I made this little like rag flower thing that came out super cute. Yeah, so I did that. And then this chart, this is a little close-up view of that. And again, this is like a little meme here. This is all from my scrap bin, and this is a stamp from a Happy Mail. And that's it, I do believe. I don't think I have anything more in this book. Now, excuse me, I could do one of two things. I can either keep it like this and just not care. Oh, and that's what I just scribbled some flowers on the back. Or what I've seen Allison do from AJ's Inspired Life is she like goes about an inch from the binding and she just cuts these papers off, right, to be used elsewhere. Which is a great idea. So, you're not wasting paper, but also because you're cutting them an inch away from the binding here, you're not messing with the integrity of the book. So, I don't know. I might decide to go ahead and do that. I'm not really sure if I will or not. Um, if I had to hazard a guess, I would say it's going to stay just like this. Yeah, it's going to stay just like this. So there it is. And I did get into enjoying this book a little more in the later stages of it than I did at the very beginning. Um, but yeah, it did make me look forward to whatchamacallit. It made me look forward to journaling once again. So I am happy about that. This was probably my favorite spread because it's just a fun spread, it's just a fun spread. This really just took me back almost home. You know what I mean? That feeling of, yep, this is what I like to do. So, yeah, so I'll leave you there. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Again, this was a flip through of October, November, December 2024. Um, I do have a playlist of all my flip throughs. If you're interested in seeing those, it's on my channel. And don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos coming out. I will thank you again for sharing your time with me. I know that time is precious, and I really, really appreciate that you choose to spend it with me. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, a wonderful week, and I'll talk to y'all real soon. Bye for now.